Um, okay, super duper. All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Christine Buer. I am the chair of the FEC committee for IAPA and one of the co-founders of this FEC International Slack group, along with Brandon Wiley and Nick DiMatteo. This group was created through the IAPA FEC committee as a place for FEC owners, operators, and manufacturers to connect and collaborate. And today, I'm pleased to welcome you to our behind the scenes tour series, where we are going to be exploring the ins and outs of some of your favorite FECs. Now, the goal of this series is to resource you as a leader in the FEC community as we move forward with business as unusual in this new COVID-19 world. Over the next few weeks, we've asked some of the FECs in our group to open their doors and take us through their facilities to showcase their attractions, business operations, changes that have been made because of COVID, sales and marketing strategies, and anything else that they're keen to highlight. So today, we're thrilled to have with us Craig Buster from Wild Island Coconut Bowl. But before I introduce him and we jump in, I just want to mention a few things. If you've been on a tour in the past, we're doing it a little bit differently today. But to start off, if you're interested in finding out more about these tours, please be sure to log into our Slack channel regularly for updates. And if you're having trouble accessing your account, please send me a message during today's session so that I can help get you activated again. Now for today's tour, you guys are kind of pocketed away. So if you have a question that you want to ask Craig, and we love questions, please ask them. There's a Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. Please click on that and put your question in there. And if you guys have something that you want to talk about while Craig is going through the facility or something that you want to share, please type it into the chat. Just remember to select all panelists and all attendees in there so that everybody can see what you're saying. Now, in a few minutes, I'm going to pass the spotlight over to Craig, and he's going to spend the next 20 minutes going through giving us a video tour of his facility, and then at the end of the tour, we'll be able to ask him all those questions. If there's an FEC topic, concept, or just an FEC in general that you would like to see in this tour series, please let us know so that we can facilitate that. And since we also know that not everyone can be here at this time, we've been recording these sessions and we're posting them for you to view on our FEC International YouTube channel. So please subscribe to the channel to receive updates for when we upload a new video. All right, now without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Craig Buster. Craig is the general manager of the biggest little family entertainment center in Sparks, Nevada, known as Wild Island's Coconut Bowl. And prior to the now nearly 20 years of being GM there, holy moly, Craig has been a loyal Wild Island employee and member of the IAPA since 1993. Craig is also the president-elect for the Northern California, Northern Nevada BPAA and chairman of the education program. In addition, he volunteers as a member of the National BPAA Education and FEC Committee. After two expansions of Wild Island's Coconut Bowl that have happened since 2003, the 125,000 square foot family entertainment center offers an array of options for its close-knit community to enjoy. The facility includes 7 indoor attractions, 2 18-hole mini golf courses, and over 100 arcade games, along with multiple food and beverage options throughout the facility. Craig and his team were recently awarded for their dedication to the industry by winning the 2019 AAMA FEC of the Year Award. Congratulations, you guys. Under his leadership and hands-on management, the Coconut Bowl has become more than a standard FEC. It is a place for its team and community to come together as a family. That's amazing and so awesome to hear. Now, Craig, if you're ready to go, I'm going to pass it over to you to start showing us around the facility.
Sounds good. Welcome, everybody. Let me turn the camera around here. Make sure that worked. Oh, hold on. You know, I should have got a newer phone, maybe. Hold on. There we go. All right. Well, welcome, everybody. So I'm going to kind of start you guys off this was our entrance, and this is our original entrance from 2003. And then what I'm going to do is kind of take you through our different progressions of the expansion. So let's go on in. I also have one of my operations managers with me. His name's John Pippin. He's going to be kind of opening doors and getting me through facilities, and of course reminding me of things that we do and are not doing. So of course we talk about the infamous elephant in the room with COVID. These are some of the signage that signage that we have when you walk into our facility, and then we have more as you walk in. We have, of course, hand sanitizer stations everywhere. We have face covering, signage at every entrance. There's 3 entrances to our facility. And then, of course, we have some safety policies for, the glare is a little bit weird, some safety policies for COVID-19 for our guests, and of course, brochures. So I'm just going to kind of take you guys around and walk through the facility. So again, this is our north entrance. Our facility is a little bit unique, of course, not only by its size, but with our expansions, we have actually 3 service desks. So this is one of our main ones. And of course, we have our social distancing stickers at all of our queue lines everywhere. Digital signage in the back. Some pool tables over yonder. Of course, some people's favorite place. I told some people on a call yesterday that I was going to have a beer, but I decided not to do that, so I do not have a beer today. But that's our bar, or one of our bars. And then here we have 22 of our 46 bowling lanes. So if you look, I guess I can walk all the way down there. We have 3 different areas, or actually 4 different areas to bowl in. You guys can also see what we've done here with trying to prevent some social distancing, is we just zip tied some chairs together to keep people separated from each other. And for us, that works. We were going to think about caution tape or something like that, but none of that's really going to work. As all of you know, guests they definitely move things around. So here's where our building ended. It's going to be a little disjointed here, but you can see these pillars. This is where the building ended until we opened it up in December of 2018, and we expanded and added on 6 more lanes. So just for those in the bowling world, we run Conqueror SX, and then we have all 8290 XLI Edge machines. These 6 down here are brand new. The other ones were just upgraded. And then, unlike most FECs, we actually have a pro shop. I know I might get some thumbs down, but we do have a pro shop here, so that's been beneficial for our league bowlers. We have a very strong league bowling base. All of our settees are custom. We designed them from there was a company out of Colorado that ended up designing them for us many moons ago, well, 2001, when we started this process. And then we've continued that theme throughout the rest of our facility. Pool tables, we have 11 of them. There's 6 here in this area. And then we have 5 more in other areas, which I'll show you as well. Pool tables for us, we do have leagues here. We have strong pool leagues, APA leagues. And those have worked out very, very well for us. The food and beverage is through the roof with those things. So I will start taking you through some of the attractions. What's straight ahead is Pirate Cove. So that's Blacklight Mini Golf, built by Blacklight Attractions. We did this in 2008. So the concept was this space, the entrance here looks a little strange, is because this used to be a restaurant. When we originally opened our facility, it was a high-end restaurant. So we had a high-end restaurant that was supposed to be in here, and then right over here, we have our bar, our grill. Well, the high-end restaurant crashed and burned. So then we turned to what our strong demographics were, and that was an Italian family-style restaurant. So we did that. That failed as well. Restaurants, we figured, weren't our deals. So we went with Blacklight Mini Golf. And this has been extremely successful for us. One of the unique things is we run this with no labor. As some of you know, it's probably hard to tell, but this is a golf ball dispensing machine. So people grab their own clubs right here. So they come up, swipe their card, pick their ball, and they go play. I'll just give you a little bit of a sneak peek into the Blacklight Mini Golf because there's much more to show you after this. So I won't walk it. It's 9 holes, about 2,200 square feet. You know, like anything, when you have clubs and balls, a little bit of maintenance involved here and there. Kind of just shoot back here, and then we'll move on to the next attraction. But I think you guys kind of get the gist. This has been very strong for us. We've had the artist come out a couple times now, and he has just kind of freshened it up a little bit, kept it rolling for us and make it look good. You know, we live and die by 3 philosophies here: customer service, cleanliness, and safety. And That's very, very important to us, and I'm sure it is for most of you guys. We also have a lot of brand pillars that we focus on and go by. So as you guys can see, we've had to socially distance a lot of the tables and chairs throughout the facility because of COVID. And the same with our bar. We've removed a decent amount of the chairs. The capacity of our facility is 3464, and we're allowed to have 50% in. And at this point, I would love to have even 20% in, to be honest with you. So I'm not wearing a mask today, and I'm not in uniform, but there is masks required here in the state of Nevada for if you're going to be outside for our guests or anybody. I saw somebody on one of the previous tours take a little tour of the kitchen, so I figured I would do the same. Try to show you guys all the pieces of the pie here, some of the behind the scenes as well. So this is our kitchen. This is our groups and birthdays side of the kitchen. Then we have, this is our main line here. When we were busiest, of course, BC or before COVID, we had about 25 to 2,800 birthday parties in a year. Back here, we just have all the walk-ins, walk-in back here, restroom, dry storage, freezer walk-ins, that type of stuff. So a lot of this used to be a group prep area and access to a restaurant, which is now Blacklight Mini Golf. But there you go. There's my fearless helper, John. So let's see here. We'll go outside and we'll hit up our Triotech Dark Ride. Just kind of show you guys that briefly. The cell service is a little wonky right here in this part of the building, so bear with me. But yeah, this is our XD Adventure Theater or the Triotech Dark Ride. We have 8 seats. I'm sure some of you guys have all seen this, ridden it, or even have it inside your facility. So it's done pretty well for us. Build out is a little bit expensive, but it's worked out pretty darn well. So now I'll take you guys into some of our private bowling garages, which are closed and behind this garage door here. We're not using them right now just because of COVID. It would be, if we have a private event, we would use them, but otherwise we would not. We're just trying to choose not to use them right now because everybody would be requesting them because they'd be distanced away from other people. So bear with us as we've made these a little bit of a storage unit. Well, this one's not. But so this is one of our private bowling garages. Funny story about it is there's actually another one right over here, which I'll walk you into. If you guys can see, you can kind of see all of the garage doors over along this wall. So what we can do is we can have 2 parties running simultaneously, or we open it up for one big party. We just redid the garages. We opened our expansion, so we put in all new seating, light show. Some of the signs aren't on, but we're really not using this space. We just kind of flick the light show on, to be honest with you. And then we will walk into, I'll just kind of peek into the other one for you guys, so you kind of get a feel for it. So if you're standing here, here's one of the garages, and then I can't get in because, as you can tell, we've made this one a storage unit for the time being. But this is the other bowling garage. So the 2 bowling garages do pretty well for us. A lot of people like them, of course. VIP lounge, whatever you want to call it. So we will head over to the other side of the facility. So our original facility that we're walking through right now, when we opened it in 2003, it was 42,000 square feet. And it was in 2006 that we decided to expand the facility. We added on another 28,000 square feet. So we have a lot of wide open spaces. Like most people, when it's busy, these are some packed walkways for sure. Right here we have our group sales department, event coordinators. They do all that in there, and season passes, things like that. This is our birthday party check-in. When we have birthday parties, this is where they would check in. I'm just going to take a quick peek behind the lanes here, just so you guys can see. What we call these are man windows. And the reason we call them that is because we see guys all the time standing there with their beverage of choice, you know, watching machinery and how it works. So this is kind of, this is behind the machines for all you bowling nerds out there like me. This one has ample amount of space, just the way it worked out when we were doing the original build. So we'll continue on. So the original facility ended right here, where this is. This is where the building ended, and then we opened it up, and we added on in 2006. I'm gonna get my dates all messed up, I know it. So another face covering sign. Of course, we have our high velocity interactive playground, which everybody knows is, you know, most of these are closed. Ours is still closed. We were able to reopen on June 1st. When we first opened, business wasn't too bad. We were about 75% of last year, and last year was a record year. And since the mask requirement, which was just about 2 weeks ago, we're about 40 to 45% of last year. This is usually full of birthday parties, but you can see we've kind of socially distanced things, and with no birthday parties, it just kind of ended up being it's kind of dead space for us right now. So this is another one of our bars, but not busy enough to have two open. This is mainly more like a service bar. As you can see over here, it's one of our east entrance, another entrance we have, and then of course another desk. Labor is very challenging for us, like it is anybody else, but when you have 3 desks, it even makes it more challenging. So this is 16 more lanes over here. Like I said, we're pretty strong in leagues right now in the summer. Even when we reopened, we're able to get 5 leagues rolling right now. But in the wintertime, we typically roll up into about 31 leagues, which is about 14 to 1,500 people per week. So this is kind of the middle of our facility. We do have some games spread out throughout here, but the majority of our games, of course, you can probably see straight ahead. So we added on to this. I'll give a quick little funny story. So as you can see here, that's where the building, we opened it up and added on. It's really important for us that we kept the facility feeling like one building, not looking like we expanded and added on. And that's very challenging to do. So the story behind it was a January Tuesday. We'll go into this event room, John. It was a January Tuesday, and I woke up around 3 in the morning. I called our owner, and I said, I have this crazy great idea. I told him what it was, and after about 5 minutes, he said, hang up, go to bed, and we'll talk about it in the morning. Well, it was the expansion I'm going to walk you guys into in a minute. And basically went over there, talked to him, showed him a quick little business plan, and we were rolling. So I'll kind of show you what my crazy vision was. So this is one of our event rooms that, of course, is not being used either. It has become a little bit of storage, but I wanted to kind of show you guys. And it has some windows that show people into high velocity. Our high velocity is obviously a big traffic driver for birthdays, but with it being closed, no birthdays. So yeah, now we're going to walk into the new part. So from here forward, this is all brand new. We opened up December 18th, 2018. So we have, of course, this arcade, which most everybody has, I'm assuming. And then try not to get customers in here. Of course, over here we have our indoor go-kart track. It's all glow in the dark. This is something we're really proud of. This actually used to be where our go-kart track was outside, and then we basically put a building over it. So it's kind of hard to see it, but I'm going to take you guys out onto the track a little bit, kind of show you what we got going on. So we use Satoa as our game card system. These are J&J carts. We have 20 J&J carts. The signage is a pretty cool story with it. So to get things to glow, as most of you guys know, sometimes it's challenging. There's so many different types of black lights out there. So we really experimented a lot, and obviously we put a lot of these suckers up. But all of this signage is custom signage from a company out on the East Coast. They do a lot of stuff for Universal and Disney. And just the the depth of color under black light is amazing. I love it. It really, really pops, which might be challenging to see via the Zoom. But you can also go to our YouTube channel, our website, or whatever. There's some better stuff there, commercials, things like that. So right now, of course, with the go-karts, we're only running them at 50%, which means 10 carts at a time, clean 10 carts. And then that's worked out pretty well for us. We utilize a UV wand, and we also just do some sanitization. So this whole theme, this was where my crazy vision came from. It's probably hard to see it in that far corner, but in that far corner, it's what I saw when I woke up in the middle of the night, and we basically created this. So the guy that painted our blacklight mini golf, he and I collaborated with our design team, and we came up with this, which is basically, we call them jungle carts. It's kind of everything's jungle themed, a lot of depth, a lot of dimension to it. Our general contractor, whatever he does to work for us, he always gives us one gift, and he gave me a tree. So that's pretty cool. Again, that's a little bit hard to see. The other thing he gave me, which I can't see over there, is we have a waterfall straight ahead. So you drive around the waterfall, which is kind of neat. So our go-kart track's 25,000 square feet. And it's tight to put 20 carts out there, but we've been running carts for 27 years. It's actually where I cut my teeth in the industry when I first started working here. So I like the view from here. Actually, it's better to my left, but you can kind of see it, and then I'll take you guys up there as well, which is where we have a private museum. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Craig. I just wanted to chime in and let you know you're doing a great job and that we are seeing and hearing you. Yeah, this is really cool. I was just saying, I don't know anybody else that has kind of glow-in-the-dark go-karts.
Yeah, I know there are some places that have them, and I've seen some of the tracks, but we wanted to take it to the next level. Yeah. We just wanted to really add some serious theming. Oh, my mechanics is here. So this is a shop. So it's typically not open. There's a glass door here. It's a one-way glass. And we're a little messy. I apologize for that. But so this shop accesses everything. That glass door is also really nice because a lot of people want to see what's going on behind the scenes. So we just got a bunch of stuff in for our mini golf course. And we got some cool headstones, which are bizarre to us. But so we do all of our game repairs in my techs. We do all of our golf course repairs in here, go-karts, things like that. So it's a pretty large shop. But again, this glass door, there's a glass door right here. Really important because I want people to get that backstage pass feel. We've always had that vision. Thank you, Aaron. And customers love it. And I usually get one more beer out of that dad. He just wants to check things out. So I will walk you guys over to, I'll kind of show you what we're doing with some of the games and how we've socially distanced. So we have about 100 games, and right now we only have about 16 to 20 that are off, but this is what we put on the card swipes. So people know that that game is not on right now, and then of course the next one is, it's on, that type of thing. So what we did is we just kind of walked the facility and kind of naturally socially distanced people. Not every game is on, but I wasn't going to turn 50% of them off. It's one of the areas we kind of pushed the envelope, so to speak, a little bit. But, that's kind of what we did. Well, so here's one of my pride and joys. This is going to be really lame, but this is a trash can. So these trash cans were made locally. We always had a vision of being able to, because we have to change them constantly, but I wanted a place to be able to put dishes and things like that. So we had custom-made trash cans here in Reno by one of the local businesses. That was pretty cool. It worked out pretty well for us. It was $1,100. We have about 52 of them. We kind of took the Disney philosophy that you don't go more than 50 feet without seeing one. So what I'm going to do is take you to our bathrooms, which I know sounds random. Our bathrooms are, let me make sure nobody's in there. So our bathrooms, the only paper we have is toilet paper. I found these, let's see. phones with washing stuff. So we've had a ton of people come and check out our restrooms. So that's why I kind of wanted to show you guys that. Looks like we have one guest in there, so maybe we'll come back to that. Anyway, it's basically it's a sink that has everything in one basin. I found them at Pier 39 in San Francisco. My now ex-wife, I made her sit outside the bathrooms, and I just watched people for like an hour, and they were just such high volume bathrooms, and they never got dirty. And I just thought that was really amazing. And that has really helped us on cleanliness scale, for sure. So over here is our third desk, which is also attached to our redemption store. And then outside there is our golf course. So what we'll do is, I think we'll just go into the redemption store. Just kind of show you guys around the redemption store. After talking to some operators, it's about 672 square feet. I wish I would have made it 1,672 square feet, but it does work very well for us. You know, right now what we've had to do is try to move and talk slow. I'm not going to do that. We just said one group at a time. That way there's only one group of customers in the store. And then we have clean and dirty catalog books. So while people are waiting in line, because at the end of the evening or when it gets busy on a weekend, it starts to back up. So customers can kind of get an idea of what they're doing, you know, what they want to buy beforehand. So as we walked through the facility, you guys have seen that we've had kind of a dead space in the middle of it. So we took one of our portable bars. It's not fully set up now, but we've got our food menu there, and normally it's got all the booze and everything. So this has been with 40% of our revenue right now being in our arcade and our mini golf, which I'm about to take you on. We decided I needed to service those guests as best we could and provide whatever they needed when they're out there. Another one of the miniature golf vending machines. Love these things. It's a labor saver. Here's one of the employees bringing in clubs. Here's more of our signage on the golf course. So our golf course, we just added this new patio. It's got heaters in it, so people can enjoy the evenings a little bit. We have a fire pit right here in front of me. It might be hard to tell. And then to my right, we have Taco Taco. It's a food trailer. So we were trying to service our guests on this side of the building, and what we decided was to buy one of these for $50,000 instead of trying to build a kitchen for about $200,000. Obviously, it's not open, hasn't been opened yet because our local health department is not allowing new health permits since COVID. So right when we were ready to go, it wasn't. So this is our new golf course, our renovated golf course. So it's two 18-hole golf courses that have been here for 30 years, longer than I've been here. But we just renovated the entire thing. We put all new landscaping in. The only thing we didn't change were some of our corner attractions, like our castle and our haunted house. But we changed all of our lighting out here. We had the volcano, all new carpets. We added in some more fake grass because it's cheaper to water, of course. Yeah, I'm not going to walk you guys throughout the whole thing there. I'll try to wrap this up here in the next few minutes. So this is our patio, obviously, so people come out and enjoy a nice beverage in the evenings. Evenings are beautiful here, great sunsets. Just so you guys know, reference point wise, Reno is at the base of Lake Tahoe. So the mountains are, I'll show you guys our third entrance, because the entrance I showed you originally, frankly, isn't very good. we needed a stronger entrance, something just more presence. The entrance I'll show you in a few minutes also faces a main road, which has about 67,000 cars a day that drive by it. So before I get you out there, I'm going to take you inside laser tag. So this is another one of the barriers we have used. It's just a plastic barrier to keep people away from our guests, our employees. We have these everywhere, face coverings required. We also have that same signage on every television in the facility. There's nothing live sports-wise right now, so we figured it would just be best to looks like some people getting ready to play a game. So we just figured it'd be best to put the safety stuff out for everybody, social distancing and wash your hands. So this is Laser Tag Arena. It's 2 stories, done by Creative Works with Laser Force Gen 8 vests and phasers. I won't take you through the whole thing because I think we're going to start getting smoked by some kids here in a minute. So, but there's a second level up there. Laser tag it's been okay for us, but definitely not one of our stronger attractions. Laser tag in our facility gets lost because people look at that go-kart track when they walk in and they just instantly take a right towards it. Laser tag's behind a wall. I mean, it was still a strong earner in 2019, but it's one that's hard to sell when it's behind the walls. The one thing we will be adding in is our membership program, which we have not done yet. We'll be adding that in here as we can kind of get past some of this COVID chaos. So more of our arcades. You can tell we got televisions everywhere. It's safe. Sorry about that. Cashless payments, face coverings required, things like that. I'll take you into another event room. Oh yeah, this is one of our pride and joys. Big old airplane hanging out of the wall. We love that. That is the biggest one they've done that's hanging out on the wall. I don't know, we'll see. So here we have another event room, or party room. This one is black light or white light. I'll just give you a quick glimpse into this. It's very similar to the other one. This is under black light, and it has windows that go out onto the go-kart track so they can watch people racing around, which is kind of cool. That. I'll take you guys up to our private mezzanine. So our private mezzanine holds 150 people. It oversees the entire, the newest side of the building, which the views are kind of cool. You can really see everything really well. I'm only halfway up the stairs. Turn it quickly. And again, this space has become a little bit storagey and training and that type of stuff. So it's got patio lights up top, 14-foot television down at the end there. We have a bar and desk. Before we were closed, we did a lot of caterings up here. We do a lot of private events. All of these glass doors are also garage doors that can be opened. So if some people want to feel like they're more part of the space and part of that energy that our, all these family entertainment centers create, then we can open all these up for them. And if not, then keep it closed and quiet, because we also have had some business meetings and then they bring beers up and open them up and have a good time. It's a little glary, but you can kind of see what the view is. It's pretty cool. Totally biased, but. So last thing I'll show you guys before I answer any questions you might have would be our new entrance. I'll also kind of show you across our water park towards across our parking lot towards our water park. So again, this is our third entrance, all the COVID stuff, trash cans. So as you can see, mountains right there. And then right over there is our water park. Oops, sorry, ma'am. Across the way over there is our water park. So my counterpart that runs the water park and myself have always had this idea that we wanted to kind of connect the two facilities. And by building, expanding on the Coconut Bowl and adding on the 50,000 square feet, we were able to. So this entrance is much better. So we've got our signature concrete palm trees out here. It's lit at night really well. So we're really proud of this entrance. It just looks a lot better. And plus it faces, there's a main road out there, like I said earlier. And then we also have an Outback right there, Outback Steakhouse. It's land they lease from us. And let me get across the parking lot. I will dive into an event room and I can answer any questions if you guys have any.
Awesome. Thanks, Craig. Yeah, that was a great tour. We do have a few questions for you for sure.
Okay.
We'll wait for you to get settled there.
Yeah, give me a second.
If anybody has any more questions at this point in time, this is an awesome opportunity to just drop them in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. Or also feel free to enter them into the chat if you're more comfortable doing that.
Can you kill the music on here? Okay. Let's see if I can do this. All right. You guys don't need to say that. There we go. Hello, friends.
Awesome. Are you able to turn that music down a little bit?
That's what he's.
Is that what he's doing? Okay, cool. I missed that part. Great. Awesome.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, thank you. Cool. So, I'll just wait for you.
Yeah, just give it 1 second. As everybody knows, this audio video stuff is when you have a facility this large, it can be a little crazy.
Your facility is amazing. It is enormous and beautiful.
Yeah, it's a little bit big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, I might just go upstairs if I can't get it figured out here. Just give me 1 second. Thanks for your patience, guys. No, I'll go upstairs, John. It's cool. Oh, hey. Thank you so much, man.
Awesome.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, awesome. So I just want to recap quickly because everybody's wondering, how is COVID impacting your business right now? So you had mentioned, a little bit about where traffic was at. Could you just repeat that and then just kind of tell us exactly, like, it sounds like it was, better at first. Now it's kind of dying off a little. Tell us a little bit about the trends.
Yeah, so when we first opened the facility or reopened June 1st, of course, it was quite the challenge to reopen and get all of the sanitation and cleaning supplies that you need. So we opened up. We were actually fairly strong. Like I said, last year was a record year for us because of our new expansion, and we were at around 75% of revenue, of last year, which I was really happy with. We were just hoping for anything above 50. And then 2 weeks ago, our governor required masks for everyone. Now, when we first opened, all of our employees had to wear masks. But then when the governor announced that all of our guests had to wear masks too, that was extremely challenging. The first one was, the first weekend was very hard, a lot of combative guests. And then our business just has been around 40 to 48%, depending on the day. So we were probably about 45% of last year, it's been rough. So we've had to do some cuts with staff. We keep all of our leadership team. We've kept everybody employed throughout the entire process, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably been the biggest impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about birthday parties? We're always, that's a big question that we're asking. Are you seeing any kind of birthday party business? Are you doing any marketing to drive that business in right now? Does it make sense?
So what we did for birthdays is when we first reopened, of course, there weren't any. We weren't offering them for the first couple of weeks. We just wanted to get our feet wet again. And then we started offering them, and we booked a couple, had a lot of walk-ins. I mean, a lot, meaning, half a dozen on a weekend. And then we were starting to trickle. We had about 18 that were booked. And then when the governor passed the face mask, all of them called and canceled just for that reason alone. Said, if we have to wear face masks, we just don't want to come. And they were all kind about it, but that killed us. During that time, we also sent out an email to our database that was basically a missed your birthday. We're offering a good, what we felt was a pretty good deal, and we have absolutely zero responses to that.
Oh, wow.
So,
mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
I just have a few pointed questions. Brandon would like to know who themed your golf for you.
And specifically, specifically your indoor mini golf. And it sounds like you may have mentioned it, the same one who did your go-kart, correct? This sounds local.
Yeah. No, Blacklight Attractions is who did our outdoor mini golf, but they sub out an artist, and then the artist and I became really good friends. And so he ended up doing our go-kart track for us as well. I mean, his name's Jeff May. You can look him up online for sure. Okay,
great. And it sounds like your clubs are they out in the open in that space? We're just wondering if there's any concerns. Do you have any concerns around that? Has there ever been any issues?
No, except for people like me that want to treat them like lightsabers and fight each other. No, no, not really. It hasn't been too much of an issue yet. We've been doing that in our Blacklight mini golf for a couple of years now, and it's worked out very well. I think we lost 6 clubs the first year, and for the labor savings alone, it was well worth it.
Okay, great. And speaking of black lights, how many rooms do you have that are equipped with black lights?
How many rooms? Well, we got our 2 bowling garages, and then this room I'm in now. So those are the private rooms that I have that have black lights in them.
Okay, awesome. And Jay's asking us, do you swipe to get a ball? And Jay, I'm not sure if he means a bowling ball, or I'm thinking it's
probably a golf ball. Yeah. So what we do is we sell somebody when they buy 18 or 36 holes. We give them a game card. They go over, they swipe it. They're able to get a ball out. If they bought 36 holes, there's a 20-minute gap on it, or 30-minute gap. We just changed that. So basically, you can't swipe twice and get 2 balls and just give one to your buddy. So you can swipe, get your ball, you go play your 18 holes, you can come back, swipe again, and then your card is basically dead.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense. As far as food service goes in the garages, the 2 garages that you have set up, is food being run by servers in that area?
Yeah, when everybody books a private event, they get a server. That's a great question. So we have we have a couple walk-up places that people can come up and order their food and beverage. We have the bars. We also have tray tablets, customer service kiosks. We have 11 of them throughout the facility. I didn't show any of those. I apologize. So customers can just order from one of those. Right next to it is a basket with numbers, and they will just carry that number around, and we just ask that they stay in that general area. And then it just goes right to our KDS in our kitchen, and then we bring them out their food or drink.
Okay, cool. I mean, in normal times, I'm assuming I'm not sure if buffets are allowed at this point in time. I'm thinking probably not. Yeah. So, but in normal times before COVID, were you able to, did you set them up with bars and buffets in those spaces?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We had caterings. We just added all-you-can-eat salad bar as well that people could add on. And we added it on for a crazy price, and people just ate it right up, literally. So, but yeah, now we cannot do anything like that. We have tried to finagle a couple things at our water park, but it just doesn't work. We can't do it. We just didn't feel comfortable with it. So we have taken a pretty conservative approach. A lot of people, we're high traffic, high volume. A lot of people see us. So we have to take things and we have to take them to the next level. Just like with bowling, a lot of people are still using both lanes, but we can't do that.
Okay. I'm sorry, just circling back to that golfing system. Jay's just wondering who made that system for you.
Is that Jay? Jeez, come on.
Yeah, I know.
There's a company out of Salt Lake City. I'd have to get the information to you. They were a little bit challenging to deal with at first, and then they started selling them. I don't believe I saw them at IAPA, but I did see them at the Amusement Expo. Okay. I'll get the information. If somebody can email me, I'll get them the information.
Okay, great. And then total square footage of Coconut Bowl. That's is it Wild Island Coconut Bowl, right? That's what you called this portion of it. Okay.
Yeah. So we have Wild Island Coconut Bowl and then Wild Island Water Park. So Wild Island Coconut Bowl is 125,000 square feet indoor. That doesn't include the 2 golf courses outside.
Okay. And then how big is your water park?
I knew you were going to ask this
question.
So it holds right around 4,000 people. I don't know the exact acreage, but I do know our entire property is 17 acres. That includes parking.
Wow. And do you have more room to expand on that property?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Great. And then if we talk about that a little bit further, you talked about connecting the 2. Do you guys have pricing in place so that guests can come and do both? What does your packaging look like for that? We've
tried that before, but it hasn't really worked. So what we do is we run specials at the water park where they can buy, I think it's a Tuesday and a Thursday special that we do. You buy two water park passes, and then you get, this year it's free mini golf. So we incorporate that all into one. Sorry, I talk with my hands a lot. So we do packages like that twice a day or twice a week, just to kind of bring the 2 sides together. But typically when people go to the water park, by the time they're done, they're done. They don't want to come over here. They're kind of cooked by the sun and just ready to go home. It's hard to get that crossover. We've went really deep with it. At 1 year, we were offering dollar attractions. So when you're leaving the water park, come right over, and the traffic was minimal. So people are just kind of done once they're. The water park is kind of a destination. We are as well in the wintertime, but not in the summer.
Okay. Gotcha. If we talk a little bit more about marketing, you mentioned a birthday party program that you put in place that hasn't got any results. Is there anything else that you're doing for marketing to drive people into the facility?
Yeah, what we're doing right now is groups, obviously, group parties, Christmas parties, things like that. We've kind of lost all those. least we think right now. So what we've offered is we've always had what's called a consignment program here, but we're going to take the consignment program and do it a little differently. So we have about 200 local companies. I mean, you got like Tesla, Amazon. You know, we've become like a mini tech area. The Reno area has. I'm sure some of you know that. So what we've done is we're reaching out to those guys and just saying, hey, if employees come in, bring their ID, we're going to give them a discount. And that's been pretty well received. We haven't seen a ton of traction on it. We just started it last week. We came up with the idea a couple of weeks ago, and then we've just kind of been trying to implement it. But it seems like a lot of companies, it's a no-brainer for them. All they do is we get them a sign, they put it up in their break room, or they email their staff, and just say, hey, go to Wild Island, show your employee ID, and you get a discount.
Awesome. And okay, your facility is very large and very challenging to manage, I expect. What kind of POS system are you using right now, and how is that integrated to your online sales? How does that all work together?
So let's see here. We used to have 5. I think we only have 3 now. Let me see if I can go through it. So Conquer or Cubica, they run all our bowling stuff, and we sell all our attractions through it. They also run our food and beverage. Trey runs our customer service kiosk. So we just use Trey for, for customers. They can walk up to a tablet, order what they need, and then they're done. Sokoa is our game card system, which runs all our game cards, and we're about to launch an app for that. We got to create a membership program with that, and kind of collect some data and be able to market to that. And then we use Party Center software is our birthday party booking program. I think I got it all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cumbersome for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a question from Scott. He is asking, understanding that your outdoor mini golf is 36 holes and the indoor is 18.
Indoor's 9.
Oh, the indoor's 9. Okay. Are you able to break the revenue out, and is there a big difference in it? Like, how could you compare them and contrast them?
Yeah, it's kind of a apples to oranges type of thing for sure. Like this time of year, our outdoor mini golf is crushing it. Our indoor is pretty dead. Most people live in the Reno Tahoe area want to be outside, but in the winter time, obviously the outdoor with the snow on the ground and everything, it's going to be pretty dead. So yeah, we monitor both of them closely. The outdoor miniature golf courses have been closed for 2 years now, so I really don't have any comparisons.
Okay.
But our indoor mini golf has done better every year. I think for 8 years now. It makes more and more money, and some of those years we didn't even raise the price.
Oh, wow.
Does that answer the question?
I think so. I hope so.
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your pricing strategy? Do you sell memberships at all? And if you do they blend your water park and your FEC together in some way?
We tried that. It didn't work out very well. They use a different point of sale system. They use gateway ticketing. So it just didn't really work. It's a little bit of a different demographic between our water park and our family entertainment center. We used to have a season pass over here before we expanded, and it just became too much. And what it included is basically you could come in every 3 months for $100, and you could use any attraction, unlimited, as much as you wanted. So the point of that was, no, number one, I'm going to get their money, but once they've spent that money, it's like a birthday party. When they come in, then they're like, well, I already spent that money. Let me go buy, you get a meal and a snack out of them was always my goal. So our length of stay then was almost 6 hours. When we got rid of those season passes, what we called them, once we expanded, our length of stay still stayed at 6 hours. And we might bring those back again, but we're not quite sure. So that's kind of where we're at with those.
Okay. Yeah, were you able to track if people actually added extra stuff on when they were there because they felt like they had spent?
We weren't. No, that's been one of the most maddening things about it is one of the most maddening things is some of these POSs just aren't as robust as what the FEC industry needs.
I feel, yeah.
In my opinion, I have pounded my fist with almost all of them, just saying you need to be stronger. You need to be able to. There's so much data out there, and I can't get it. And even our marketing team, I think they've chewed my butt up and down about it because they're trying to market with shotgun marketing instead of really being able to pinpoint. So we've been able to do some things that have worked pretty well for it, but it is challenging because these point of sales just aren't as strong as they should be.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I had the same experience as well. So, um, great. So where are you now? We've got this COVID-19 stuff to deal with. Where are you headed? What are you thinking? What are your expectations for the future?
Well, right now, I mean, our motto was pause, reset, and pivot. Anybody that's gotten an email from me, it says that on all of those. So when we first we closed down, we paused. Everybody was going through different emotions, to be honest with you. Some of us were frustrated, some of us were angry. I think I've went through every emotion, to be honest with you, because it was, you put so much of your heart, blood, and sweat and tears, like all of us do in this industry, into a facility like this, and then the rug gets pulled out from underneath you. So we paused, we reset, and we just kind of started to gather our bearings and kind of figure out what direction we were going to head. The goalpost has moved a lot, as everybody knows. You're going this way, then you're going that way. But as we move forward right now, it's just try to run lean and mean. I'm happy we're open. Even though it's been a struggle at times, I'm just really glad to be open. And we're just going to kind of play it by ear. There's a lot of rumors with casinos in Nevada reclosing. So we're a little bit apprehensive to do a whole lot. Right now, it's just stay open, keep the facility safe, keep it clean, do everything we can to get the messaging out to people. That's one thing we did not do, is a lot of people did reopening videos. And I mean, I saw so many across the industry and they did such a great job. And I could not recreate it. I just couldn't. Our reopening video was just awful, so we never even released it. So we do track a lot of our stuff through Google Analytics, and we've kind of noticed that a lot of people we track our web traffic and conversions and things like that through our web stores, especially through the water park. And 25% of the people, 24% of the people that are coming to our website go to our health and safety page that has all the stuff that we have up to date. So that's happening. And what's happening is people come to our page, they go to the health and safety, then the next page they go to is deals. And that's what everybody's looking for. Okay. So the deal that we offer right now is two of them. One of them is called an all access pass. Basically, it gets you access to every attraction plus $5 in gameplay. And that's $34.99. That's over here at the Coconut Bowl. So you can do every attraction all day, unlimited. So that's a pretty good one for us. And what we're hoping to get out of that is food and beverage sales, which just hasn't happened. Food and beverage sales have been pretty far down. We also have what's called a pick 3, so they can pick any 3 attractions. They don't have to pick it when they buy it. They just walk over to whatever attraction, swipe, and then it takes it right off of their game card. So that's kind of been our focus. So for the future, I just don't know. I mean, it's a little bit frightening for a lot of us, but we are locally owned, and we're not going anywhere.
Great. Well, we're happy to hear that. That's great news.
Yeah.
And you just sparked my mind another thought, because I'm not sure everybody's dealing with having to wear masks yet. I'm just wondering, you said that caused a lot of your traffic to go down, and your food sales aren't up. If a customer was to actually order and eat food in your facility, how does that work with the mask? Like, they're allowed to remove it, or?
Yeah. So children under the age of 10 don't have to wear masks. People with certain medical conditions, which I know everybody knows all the horror stories with that. Some of them are legit, and that's fine. And then obviously while they're eating and drinking, they don't have to. People keep asking, do you have to wear a mask while you're playing laser tag or bowling? And the answer is yes. Some smaller facilities have taken a different stance, like, well, not in the bowling settee area, but if you go to the bathroom or to the desk, you need to wear your mask. We have so many components going on. It's just, there's too much going on to try to kind of, here, but not there, but here. So we just said, you got to wear a mask all the time. One of the things we've done, I mentioned to 20 group yesterday, was our first weekend with the mask was pretty brutal. I mean, it was really, people were just very mean, to be blunt. So I decided to change that and try to reward people for good behavior, so to speak. So now we're going around stealing an Alley Cats idea, or morphing it a little bit. When we're handing people, so if I'm standing there with Christine, she's wearing a mask and I'm not, she would get a $5 game card and I would not. So we're kind of rewarding good people for good behavior. That's really worked well. And the biggest thing it's done is our leadership team. It's made their job a lot easier. And it's a positive experience. It's not just like a cheese grater on your soul, because that's how it was when trying to get people to wear these masks. It was really, really hard. It still is to this day. So what we do is if they interact with us at all, they have to wear a mask. If they're not interacting with us and they walk away and take it off, we're not going to chase them down anymore. We feel we've done enough. We have Bowling Music Network does our, we have a 20, 40, and 60 or 3 times an hour. We have an audio. We have, that says, hey, practice social distancing, wash your hands, wear a mask. We also have it on every television. We have ample signage. So we figure if we were to be monitored by any of the enforcement arms, we're doing everything we can do.
Yeah, great. Now you've shared so much with us today. I'm so grateful for that. If anybody wants to reach out to you and ask more questions, how could they get a hold of you?
Just email me. That's probably the best. If they try to call my office, you won't get me.
Okay, great.
But my email is cbuster@wildisland.com.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to wrap here and just want to say thank you again, Craig, for doing this for us today. And thank you for everybody who took their time out of their day. I know it's crazy and hectic to be with us. We want you to know that we appreciate you being part of this community. And regardless of what you're facing right now, just know you're not alone. This is a community of amazing, supportive people, and they are here to help solve problems and just collaborate and support in any way that they can. Please utilize the Slack channel to connect with your peers and share your stories and your struggles. And again, we hope you'll join us every Thursday as we take a peek behind the scenes. Recordings from today and future sessions will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, so please subscribe so you're notified when a new tour is loaded. So thank you, everyone, and take care. Appreciate you being here. And thank you, Craig.
Yes.